FACTSverse presents the fatal dance craze that experts are still struggling to explain. Before we get started, be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more great videos. Crazy dances. Every decade has their crazy dances. In the 50s, it was the jitterbug. In the 70s, it was the hustle. The 80s gave us the moonwalk and the running man. Everyone was voguing in the 90s, and who could forget the whip and nae-nae or the floss in the 2000s? To find the strangest dance of all time, you have to go back to 1518. It was the year of the fatal dance craze that experts are still struggling to explain. FRAU TROFFEA. FRAU TROFFEA didn't tell anyone what she was planning to do. She walked to the streets of Strasbourg, Alsace, which is today known as France, 500 years ago. When she got to the street, she just started dancing. There's no information in the historical texts regarding her moves. Nobody knows if she twirled, danced with grace, or if she was gyrating. All anyone knew is that her dancing attracted an audience that cheered and laughed. A free show. The village that FRAU lived in was very poor. She was giving a show and it was free. A free show was a free show and people came to watch. Minutes passed and FRAU was still dancing. Soon hours had passed, then days. It had been 6 days since she went out into the street to dance and she was still going, joining in. During the 6 days that FRAU danced, other people joined in. A total of 34 other dancers joined her in the street to dance and there was no end in sight. What made the whole thing even weirder was that there was no music playing. By the time all these people had joined FRAU, it was no longer a single lady rocking out alone in the street. Everyone wanted to join in. The end of the month. By the end of the month, there was a total of 400 people dancing with FRAU. While the people were dancing, the local doctors became concerned. They only had 16th century knowledge of medicine, but the doctors were sure that it wasn't healthy that people were ignoring their daily responsibilities to dance in the street. The doctors didn't think that ghosts or demons possessed the people dancing. The local doctors diagnosed the people with hot blood. They even had a treatment plan for the dancers. Dance it out. The doctors believed that the cure for hot blood was to have the dancers keep dancing until they went back to normal. To make the treatment process easier for the villagers, the authorities ordered improvements to Strasbourg. The doctors suggested the town provide a stage for the dancers and music for them to dance to. The doctors believed that if the people had what they needed to dance properly, they would be able to cool their blood down to a medically appropriate level. Stop. What made this thing so strange was that the villagers didn't want to stop dancing. The people were in agony and were begging for someone to help them stop dancing. Adding the stage and the music didn't help. The dancers didn't want to stop dancing, and helping it become easier for them wasn't helping. Soon, tragedy started striking on a daily basis. Thinning the herd. The people kept dancing, and some even started dying. People were having heart attacks and strokes. Today, a marathon runner couldn't go over 30 days and nights dancing. People were dying, but people were still dancing. They were wondering if it would ever end. There was no mention of how or when the dancing stopped. Today, historians are still trying to figure out what caused the people to dance. ERGOT fungi. One theory is that the villagers were afflicted with ergot fungi. This is a psychedelic that grows on rye and can contaminate bread. Many experts believe that the people of the town were tripping and they couldn't stop dancing. This was one theory, and others had their own theories. John Waller. John Waller is a historian who disagrees with the ergot fungi explanation. He says that even the strongest case of ergot fungi wouldn't give the people a mental and physical desire to dance for over a month. Also, ergot messes with the limbs, which people needed for dancing. John's theory was a two-part one. First, he mentioned that life in Strasbourg was terrible. The 400-plus people were suffering from famine and disease. They were willing to do anything to make life better. John also dug into the villagers' mindsets. He knew that the villagers were superstitious and believed in the Catholic saint, Saint Vitus, and that he could make people dance to death. He thought that stress-induced mass hysteria, along with disease and famine, is what caused the dancing plague of 1518. This makes sense to most people. It was also mass hysteria that started the Salem witch trials. What do you think about it? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to FACTSverse for more great videos.